Good morning, everyone. Keith here with Wealth and Harmony. I just wanted to give everybody a quick update. That's what this video is going to be about. I promised a few weeks back, that I would create videos on my progress on what it's like to start off as a newbie becoming an entrepreneur. So that's what I want to talk about here in this video. If you like the content, if you're interested in following along, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and give me a like if you would. And if you want to hear more of what we've got to talk about here with Wealth and Harmony, just hit the bell button and you'll be notified of future posts that I put up. Sorry about that sun in the background. It's a little bright sitting out here. One of my favorite spots down on Galveston Bay here in the Houston area. It's beautiful this morning. 40-something degrees, nice and crisp outside. It's just a gorgeous morning. So where am I at? What's the progress looking like? Well, I've learned quite a bit, learning about the things that need to be done to create a following, create an email list so that I have the opportunity to promote my services and my products in my niche to more people more consistently. So I've learned a lot about autoresponders. About Aweber is the one that the platform that I'm currently using, and starting to build my email list, starting to run some solo ads. That's another subject I'll talk about in another video. But what that's for is to help build your list so that you can, promote your product and service or service that you're in your niche that you're trying to sell. So that's been going well. I've actually started to make a few sales, which is the bomb, right? I mean, that's what it's all about. So I know that what I'm doing is working. Also started to build out my website. Not that you have to have a website, that's not what I'm saying, but I've decided to go that route because I'm an IT guy, and it's one of those things where I'm fairly familiar with that sort of thing. So it's a good place for me to start to build my brand. I talked about that in my first update video, building a brand for yourself, because you're not only trying to sell somebody else's product and service as an affiliate marketer, but you also want to build your own brand so that people will recognize you, right? And when it comes to building that brand and trying to think of things to come up with for content, you've got to remember that you're probably not going to come up with anything that somebody hasn't already said, right? And my business coach the other day said something very important, and he said that, Keith, if you do come up with something that somebody's not already talked about or created content about or something, it's probably not worth it. So if that's the case, I would, if nobody's talking about it or nobody's done it, I would pretty much steer away from that for right now, especially as you're beginning as an online business owner. I would stick to with what's going on in the niche that you're in right now. What you've got to do is you've got to create interest in yourself and in your brand so that people will want to hear that information from you, right? That's the whole idea of building a brand. You're not saying things that haven't been said before. You just want to get people interested in hearing it from you, and that's a challenge, but it's really fun to try to do. And so far, I've got a few views on my YouTube channel, and again, I've made a few sales, so things are going really well. The last thing I wanted to talk about here is that it's a new year, right? And I went to somebody's viewing that had passed away the other day. Not to turn this into a downer type of video, downer post, but it just made me realize something, that this gentleman that I'd known for quite a while had passed away from the COVID pandemic. He had caught COVID and he wasn't able to survive it. And this guy, when I went to his viewing, I saw all the people there that had been touched and affected by this guy's life. And this is the first person that I've personally known that has passed away from all of this. And it really hit me hard to realize that, wow, look at all these people that this guy with his life has affected in a positive way. And that's what I want to do here starting in 2021 is to really be a positive influence on other people's lives. Hopefully people watching this video will feel that way. And, you know, we've got one shot at this, y'all. I mean, I'm 56, so I happen to be really careful because I'm in that sweet spot. If something happens to me or I get sick from this pandemic or something, you know, it's going to be really tough on me. So I just want to keep being careful and encourage y'all to do the same thing. But let's make 21 instead of a year of resolution, right? That's what everybody wants to do. I'm going to make a resolution. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to make a resolution. I'm going to, get into better shape, or I'm going to study more. I'm going to read more, whatever that is. Let's not make it a year of resolution, right? Let's make it a year of commitment. Let's start making New Year's commitments. And that's what I'm doing right now. The second day of the new year, my commitment was I'm going to get out there and start creating some content so that I can start building my brand so that my business can be successful, so I can affect in a positive way more and more people like the gentleman that I saw laying in that casket the other night. It's just so important that we don't just do it for ourselves, but, do it for your family. Do it for a legacy for your kids and your spouse and your friends around you that can use what you're doing to help them be motivated, to help them solve problems, to help provide products that they need, whatever that is in your niche. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about this morning is instead of making a New Year's resolution, let's make a New Year's commitment to being consistent and getting this stuff done and being willing and ready to learn and to be humble when somebody tells you something or gives you a piece of advice. That's what's been really hard for me because I'm Mr. Know-it-all, right? Like most guys, we are, but I shouldn't say everybody, but that's kind of putting everybody into the same container, and we're not. But yeah, it's always been difficult for me to be humble so that I can, take the advice that people give me and use it in an effective manner. So again, let's just make it a year of consistent change in our lives, whatever that is, whatever you need to be more consistent with. Let's make a commitment to doing that, and we're going to hit this, and we're going to be successful. Just don't stop, don't give up. When you're confused, sit back, take a breath, get with somebody so that you can get some advice from. When you're tired, take a little break, take a rest, and get right back after it, whatever that takes. But just don't give in to negative thoughts, negative feelings. You've just got to keep consistency going. Be diligent with your tasks, and be disciplined, right? So again, this is Keith with Wealth in Harmony. And if you like what you're seeing in my videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like button down below. And we will be talking to you very soon. Cheers.